Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Cleburne. I wanted to do a garden update video for you because I always find it interesting to know what's blooming when so that you can keep your flush time or your bloom time constant throughout the season. So I'm gonna flip the camera around. I'm gonna show you what I got blooming when. I'm in growing zone 6B and it's been a very wet season so far. And I'm gonna start back here in the back. I'm gonna show you the glads. They are just starting to bud out. So just a couple of them. And in 6B, I'm able to have my glads come back every year. So that's pretty cool. All right, and that is the same time as the blazing stars or liatris just start to open. As you can see, down at this end where they get a little bit more sun in the evening, they're just starting to pop open. And as you can tell, the lilies are now at full peak. So with this wet season, I'm gonna say that they got taller than ever this year. And my neighbors have been commenting on these saying, wow, what kind of lilies are those? And I'm like, I don't know, tall lilies, I guess. So the thing about lilies is, I don't know, some are they're just so beautiful. They are toxic for your pets and people and whatnot. All parts of a lily are toxic, so you don't want to let anybody nibble on them. But the beauty is just so amazing. Those are highly freckled. And then these haven't opened up yet. These are the orange and black freckled lilies. And then just look at these, how tall some of them got and how big, my goodness. It's hard to pick a favorite, but I gotta say these yellow ones this year were real showstoppers. People really comment on those a lot. And I'll take you around and show you some more. This spider's wort has also been a very pleasant plant this year. It's been very, very busy with the bees. It just got so big. I remember it was a tiny little thing last year when I transplanted it up from the ditch, and it just got so tall and spread out. And it's on this nice, fat, healthy stem. And it's interesting to watch it because it just closes up when it feels like it during the day. That's been another pleasant surprise, is the spider's wort. And this one's just native. And the yarrow is in bloom at the same time as the spider's wort. And actually so is Queen Anne's lace, but I don't have any Queen Anne's lace actually up in my yard. I transplanted mostly yarrow. And then you can see that the butterfly milkweed, the common milkweed, is still hanging in there, although it's passing its peak. And the monarch caterpillars were, I think 2 weeks ago, I was seeing the monarch caterpillars. And then here are the pink lilies. I think I showed them in a video before. And they're still really hanging in there. They're still peaking right now. So that is always amazing to see. These beautiful, vibrant, dark, rich colors of the lilies are also quite beautiful. The oriental lily. This is the highly scented lily. I'm 5'4", and this lily is just a little bit taller than I am. And these are very highly scented. I planted these closest to my house because in the late evening when they start releasing their scent, it makes my whole front yard smell like that spicy, sweet aroma of the amazing oriental lilies. I believe these are Casablanca. And then I have 2 different colors of butterfly shrub. And you don't have to deadhead butterfly shrub, but I prefer to. It just makes them look nicer. We'd also like to add a few more of those. And it's hard to pick up, but this beautiful little wild carnation, she just started growing here. They grow in disturbed areas, and I just think they're so cute. And the pollinators, the little bitty pollinators, love to land on this. So again, that's just a wild carnation. It's such a cool little plant. Native Prairie Rose. She's already done, and I guess she's going to be working on her little hips now. But these are highly scented. They just grow in the ditches around here, and I've moved 3 of them in total. These things will get pretty massive in size, so you do have to keep them under control. But like I said, I brought 3 of them up so far from the ditch, and they're all just thriving. They are just done blooming when the lilies started. A lot of people don't like thistle. This is actually, I believe this one's bull thistle, but it's really an amazing plant. I like it for its photogenic quality. I love to come out here and take photos of it and then try to paint this, always with different insects. You can see this little beetle on there right now. Like that right there, I would love to photograph that and paint it, but look at the color in there. Isn't that just gorgeous? And this is a very pollinator-friendly plant. And it, to me, doesn't spread like people say, but I just keep mine under control. I keep an eye on how many I let grow at one time. The bee balm is not blooming yet. It's getting ready to, but it's a later plant. And this is also an incredibly pollinator-friendly plant, but it just hasn't started yet. She's just biding her time. So she's letting everybody else have her moment in the sun, and she's just waiting. The zinnia, which are an annual for me, they are still really small, and they're also a late season flower. So they'll be in bloom a little bit later, and I planted a lot of those this year. So those are for the later pollinators. Food for the later pollinators. Purple coneflower, pale purple coneflower, and yellow coneflower. Echinacea is all planted in here. And then we have ironweed, which I have some wild ironweed, but I think we put our gravel over in the driveway, so I wanted to replant some ironweed over here. Ironweed sounds like a terrible name for a plant, but it's beautiful. It gets very tall, it's dark purple, and once again, the pollinators absolutely love it. And then we have more swamp milkweed. That's these tall things right here. All of those are swamp milkweed. They're just about done too for the season, but like I said in an earlier video, my monarchs actually preferred the, well, you can call it swamp milkweed or you can call it rose milkweed. Sounds a little more pleasant, I suppose. The monarchs preferred the rose milkweed over the common or orange milkweed this year. Oh, and this row right here is cardinal flower. So this is something new I'm trying this year. I planted 2 varieties of sunflower in the center of the garden, so as everything else starts to go back to sleep, the sunflowers will come up from the middle and they will take over. And mullein is in full bloom. Now, you're not going to see any pollinators this morning because we just got done with a rather heavy rain, and so they're waiting for it to dry a little bit so that their wings don't get wet. But I wanted to show you the beautiful mullein that is in bloom right now. I love this plant. I always try to let 4 or 5 grow, not necessarily in the garden, but somewhere around the property. But this year we have 2 very stately mullein plants here in the garden. I'll walk you over and show you the other one. And this is our other one right here. It's such a beautiful plant. And then in this garden, we have more echinacea. I got to put in my black-eyed Susan. Black-eyed Susan is actually in bloom too right now. I can see it along the roadsides, but I have to put some in my garden. This is just more bee balm that I wanted in a row. And then we have blue aster coming up over here. And the goldenrod. The goldenrod, I actually just planted zigzag goldenrod, but it will be out. Oh, a monarch. Oh, hello, monarch. Oh, let me take you over and show you. Well, she wants to be part of the video, but she wants me to leave so that she can find some nectar. So I'm gonna hurry this up. Okay, so the goldenrod. The goldenrod is not quite there yet. It's a very late plant. And I do let it grow everywhere. And like I started to say before the monarch showed up, I actually planted something called zigzag goldenrod. So that's down at the rental. And that actually, what I understand, maybe prefers a little more shade. So I planted that down at the Airbnb. Then I planted something this year called Little Blue Stem, and it's not up high enough yet to show you, but it's also a great host plant for pollinators. But in the meanwhile, look at this beautiful grass. I just let this one grow this year. I don't even know what that is, but the seeds on this are so pretty. I just thought it was kind of a neat way to welcome you into the garden. It's just such a stately clump of grass. Like I said, I don't know what it is. If you know what it is, please let me know, but I think it's quite cool. I'll just show you quickly how the gourds are growing. So they're not even in bloom yet, but they are growing. They're gonna start looking for that fence line pretty soon. Then I'm gonna end the video down here with the Big Max pumpkins and show that the Big Max pumpkins are starting to bloom. At first I was worried that I had them in a bad spot, but once they take off, they take off. So let's check out this beautiful bloom. Hi. Oh, we got a little spider's web down in there. I'm so excited for these Big Max pumpkins this year. I can't wait to see what they do. Okay guys, so that's it. So you can kind of see what's blooming in growing zone 6B right now. There will also be more plants. We added more plants. We added a lot of lavender and a lot of St. John's wort. Like I said, I'm growing black-eyed Susans this year, and I really enjoyed that spider's wort. I thought that was really amazing this season. So we definitely want to add some more of that to the garden. And my husband just told me before I came outside, he goes, "You are going to plant more of those lilies, right?" He's really enjoying the lilies as much as I'm, and as much as the neighbors are. The neighbors keep stopping by to comment on the lilies. So I'm really excited about all the plants this year. All right, just wanted to give you a rundown and an update on the butterfly garden and show you how things are progressing. Much love and light. Many blessings.